Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Vintage Fountain Pens. Today, I have for you an interesting fountain pen that was launched in August 1937. This is the Onoto Minor fountain pen. It is made in England. It has imprinted, as you see on the barrel, Onoto Minor De La Rue & Co. Limited, London. Brit patent number 495659. You can see the transparency of this fountain pen. It is quite remarkable. It has this pattern like a basket, picnic basket. You can see those lines that form those diamond shapes. I believe that this is the green version because in time you can see it faded away. It looks like a green or a light blue. The origins of the company name Onoto are unknown. One suggestion is it is derived from Ono Tokusaburo, a Japanese watchmaker, and another theory is that it was a made-up chosen name specifically for its ease of pronunciation in order to boost global sales. De La Rue, which was one of the world's largest printers of postage stamps, banknotes, and playing cards, had manufactured fountain pens for most of the later part of the 19th century. The Onoto pen was invented by George Switzer, a mechanical engineer, in 1905. Switzer offered his inventions to Evelyn de la Rue, the eldest son of Thomas de la Rue, who immediately accepted. In the autumn of 1905, de la Rue launched a self-filling fountain pen that is guaranteed not to leak because it has a cut-off valve. The writing instrument, which was called Onoto pen, the self-filling pen, also had a patented plunger filler system that drew ink into the pen using a vacuum created by the downstroke of a piston. All pens were handmade in Bone Hill Row, London, and practically very quickly Onoto pens became popular in Great Britain and internationally. Recognition as a global brand has helped by extensive advertising and marketing. The company spent about £50,000, equivalent to £2.5 million in today's money, on sales, marketing, and a wide variety of campaigns in Britain, USA, India, Italy, and France. By 1909, Onoto pen advertisements were used the red pillar box and a young boy called Peter Pan. As a result, a US subsidiary, Onoto Pen Company, was opened in New York in 1909. The strong branding of the Onoto the pen, which sold for approximately 10 pounds, about £500 in today's money, was marketed as the all British pen by the time of the First World War. The strength of the Onoto name was successfully added to other products such as stylograph, pencils, ink, and diaries. In 1921, the De La Rue family sold the De La Rue Company to a three-company consortium. Two new Onoto models followed, the Onoto metal-cased pencils in 1922 and the first Onoto lever filler in 1924. 3 years later, all pen manufacturers were transferred to Fife, Scotland in 1927. Production would continue at the disused paper mill at Stradandry, which had been opened by J.A. Wire, one of the companies involved in the consortium. During the 1930s and coincided with both the Great Depression and the Art Deco period, Onoto pens became even more stylish and colorful. New models, including streamlined pens with screw caps and ornamental mounts, were introduced in a wide range of colors. Transparent pens, with the ink supply visible, became popular. In the mid 1930s, premium priced Onoto with sterling silver and solid silver overlays became highly desirable models. Throughout this period of new ranges and styles, the basic design of the plunger filling Onoto pen remains the company's main line. Although it had developed from the original black chased vulcanite model of 1905 into a stylish marble plastic Onoto by the late 1940s. Unfortunately, the production of Onoto pens was affected by the World War II. They resumed production only in 1947, but they didn't have the same success as in the 20s or in the 30s. The De La Rue ceased making Onoto pens at Stratenry on February 1958. But in a good news, although the Onoto pen factory closed, there has been a loyal following of Onoto pens collectors, and they kept alive this brand name, this luxury brand name. In May 2005, a new company named the Onoto Pen Company Limited launched itself on the London Stock Exchange. It was based in Norwich and has restarted the brand, making the first new Onoto pens in 46 years. Practically now, the Onoto Pen company makes luxury limited numbers of fountain pens, and it is again a well-known active brand in the fountain pen community. Before I show you other models from the 1920s and the 1930s, I thought that it is proper to show you the transparency of this fountain pen. And I have a lighter here, and you can see how transparent this fountain pen is. Let's open it. You can see here the transparency of the cap, and you can also see the plunger filler. So look, the end of the plunger filler. You can see the transparency of this fountain pen. The system, it is quite simple. You simply rotate on this point, you pull this part here, and it doesn't fill with ink. Practically only when you push it back it fills this barrel with ink. I'm not gonna demonstrate this aspect because momentarily the end of the plunger filler is stuck. This is a common problem on these models. It needs just a little service. It isn't a bad problem. I didn't tell you what I paid for this model, and this is the time to tell you. I paid 65 euros or 75 American dollars. This is including the shipping cost. Maybe I overpaid for this model, but this is my first Onoto in my collection, and I'm quite excited about it. I love the pattern, I love the transparency, and although it doesn't work, I love also the unique filling mechanism. Talking about filling mechanisms, let's see what was the offer among its competitors in the 1920s and in the 1930s. Remember that this Onoto pen came to the market in August 1937. I will put it side by side with the fountain pen from America, a Schaeffer fountain pen, a Schaeffer Craig fountain pen. Craig was a sub-brand of the Schaeffer American company. This is a lever filler made in hard rubber from the 1920s, early 1920s. I also have a German piston filler beauty. This is the Pelican 100 Black, which was launched in 1932. I have also a beautiful Shepherd balance white dot from in this jade green celluloid from 1929 and was made during the 1930s. I have a beautiful Italian masterpiece, the Omas Extra from 1932 in this beautiful celluloid, and also a German classic, a Caveco Original 52 from 1937, so from the same year as the Onoto fountain pen made in England. You can see that the Onoto fountain pen, I can compare it with the Omas Extra and with the Caveco 52. I will leave the measurements of the Onoto Minor on the screen, and after that we will be ready for the writing sample. So we'll put the fountain pens aside, and for the writing sample we will use this Pelican Brilliant Red. Before the writing sample, I want to show you in detail the elements of this fountain pen. You can see that the cap ends in this has this band, and you can see also the breathing holes, one breathing hole here and another breathing hole on the other part of it. We have this clip, this interesting clip, which has this logo of the sun, which was the logo of the De La Rue company at that time. And it ends in this plastic flat ending of the cap, which reminds us of the Parker duofold. The cap unscrews and it reveals this grip section, which is slight concave at the ending, and this beautiful gold nib, warranted first quality 14 carats gold nib. I love the heart-shaped breathing hole, and first I thought that this is a generic nib and it's not original of this pen, but I've discovered another review of this fountain pen, and to my surprise it had the same nib. So maybe I was wrong, and indeed this is an original nib. Some of these fountain pens were launched with the warranted gold nibs, and some of them with the Onoto nibs. At the back we have this plain looking ebonite feed. You know, the barrel section, the transparency, and the mechanism. This is like a blind cap, but not a cap, because you can see it is linked to the whole rod that enters the barrel mechanism. Now I think we are ready for the writing sample. I'm sorry that I can't show you how this fountain pen feels, but it's quite simple. So you push on the rod and you enter the fountain pen in ink, and after that you push back the rod, and in the moment you pushed all in the rod, the ink fills the barrel. You can see the transparency in the cap. On those types of fountain pens, you can see that the end narrows, so they are prone to cracking. This is an immaculate shape, no cracks. I love it. You know that I will put the cap aside because I don't particularly like to post my vintage fountain pens. I will simply dip this fountain pen in this Pelican Brilliant Red. Okay. And just remember to put the cap after you used the ink. Let's see now how it writes. So we have an Onoto Minor from 1937. This is made in the United Kingdom, UK. This particular is a plunger filler. It comes in this gold nib, 14 karat gold nib. Let us see if we have line variations. No, it's quite a stiff nib, so no flex. It doesn't scratch. It has a certain feedback to it. Like I told you, it is a stiff nib, but quite nice writer. I don't complain. This was my fountain pen review of this beautiful 1937 Onoto Minor fountain pen. As always, I wish you to have a nice day. If you've enjoyed my small review and my small history lesson, please subscribe to my channel to support my activity. As always, I will bring you new fountain pen reviews and vintage fountain pen reviews. So please join me in my journey to fountain pen discovery. Thank you for your time and bye bye.